Angela came into truth.
Yeah. And so he kind of already had a soft spot going on for Angela. Was trying to get back to Angela. Exactly. Meanwhile, Angela was the one who got him in all this mess in the first place.
Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of AandBConvoTV. This is our Power finale recap, and as you can see, our set is a little different from our normal A&B because we have a special guest for a special recap. This is Aunyéa Lachelle.
Hi guys!
This episode of Power was just so meaty and full that we just need another person. We gotta break this down.
It's too much.
It's like three the hard way over here.
Yeah. For me, I thought that the finale in general just seems a little out of place. We were just talking about the pace of it. For me, I just felt like when it came on, it was like, it seemed like I skipped an episode. It just seemed weird to me the way that it started.
It struck me as a part 1 of 2 finale.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
But Aunyéa, you had a very specific reasoning why. No, because I never thought about how many episodes the season.
Yeah. So apparently Starz limited Power with just 10 episodes for this season, and they were fighting for 12. But they couldn't get 12 for whatever reason, so they have 10, which I also think ignited the feud between 50 and Starz. If you've been on his Instagram recently, he is coming at Starz hard, basically saying that Power makes Starz. And they do. There's really nothing else on Starz if you think about it other than what, movies?
They have like a couple things on the horizon,
but it's not Power.
It's nothing.
It's not Power.
Nothing in regards to Power. Nothing even close.
I think that has a lot to do with why they sort of condensed this episode. Like, we didn't get to see Tasha and Ghost react to Raina's death. Like, we didn't see someone telling them that Raina died. It just immediately they were talking to a detective, and so I do get what you're saying. It kind of felt rushed, like we missed a lot of key scenes.
Because it was kind of like, how y'all get home and all these people in your house?
Exactly.
Right. You know, it just was like very.
I guess that wasn't really a huge part that they needed to show, but I feel like I would have loved their reaction, like with Tasha and Ghost had that scene in the car when he was saying like, "I'm gonna fix it," and was kind of like their reaction moment to it. But I would have loved to seen like that initial phone call. I would love to see, you know, the police sectioning off like the crime scene.
Tasha with Terry?
Exactly.
I was just saying.
She was with Terry. This whole thing going on to Ghost.
Right, that is true. She was with Terry.
Because she never went. She never went to the gala with Jamie.
Right.
So that was that. You know, he was there. Angela was there. That was when she, you know, received her big promotion. So it was so much. We didn't even get to see, like, I think we kind of missed the kids. Like the kids being kids, and let's be perfectly honest, I got the feeling that Raina was pretty popular in school. You know, like everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Tyree, we're gonna miss you." Boom. You the only one, girl. But you know, and so we missed over all of that, like the reaction from the school.
No pictures on her locker. No flowers, teddy bears.
Unless all of that might come next season, maybe they'll do like a flashback to try to make up time. I don't know.
Now that you say about the episodes, it kind of almost makes sense, but nothing can make sense of 50 Cent's behavior. I'm very sorry for this. But I mean, it's
he needs
like,
to humble himself a little bit.
Yeah. You know, and that is true that Power does make the Starz network because they do not have any original programming that even comes close to Power.
Right.
However, that 10 episodes for this, it just wasn't enough. It was too much going on. You know, you saw a lot of things come full circle. Like old girl, we all know that Tommy's going to do a good old
number on
a good old Queensboro. I told you so. Ghost. Gee, I told you, man. You know, he's definitely going to do that because Tommy said the killer.
Yes,
Tommy did say. Remember that we going back to season for all those on DVR.
For the true Power fans,
season 1, episode 2. When they had to get rid of old girl's boyfriend, Tommy said he gotta go. That was a given. He was going to die either way. But we can't cut Tommy. She a girl, you know, she young, she with the bag.
And when you think about it, all that happened happened, right? Didn't all that happen the same night that Ghost met Angela?
I think so.
Yeah, the same night that Ghost came into the club with well, Angela came into Truth.
Yeah. And so he kind of already had a soft spot going on for Angela. Was trying to get back to Angela. Exactly. Meanwhile, Angela was the one who got him in all this mess in the first place. So it all comes back to Angela, who I despised this season. I
give it some.
I was not feeling Angela this season.
I mean, I feel like she tried to right her wrong.
No, you did not just give her a nickname.
We've been calling her Andrew the Block.
We have. Yeah, Angela. She
doesn't deserve a nickname. Her name is Angela Valdez.
She's been throwing in some of her like Queens street stuff like sporadically throughout the seasons, but she realized her wrong and she righted it. Like B thinks that they will kind of get back together because they still got this,
can't do that to
they
Tasha.
got this soft spot. And we've seen it like at the gala. It was like those lingering eyes and those longing touches.
Yeah.
Like they you still that even despite everything that happened between them, like it might still happen.
Finale had me all in my feelings and so anxious and like my anxiety.
A lot of emojis.
Then it just went kind of this way.
Yeah.
That's why for me it felt like a part 1 of 2.
Right.
You know, with the whole thing with Kanan. However, 50. I do appreciate, Kanan having a soft spot. Because Kanan really honestly could have kept his mouth shut and just been like, yo, I'm only worried about getting Dre, getting this money. Right. We about to take that, But he did give Tommy a call and say, hey, yo, this little boy, he ain't answering his phone. He did ask me about Ray Ray. Right. And so Kanan was kind of the one.
He let Tommy and Ghost know who did it,
essentially who did it so they won't be out. Because they could have went and started a whole entire unnecessary war. Over something,
but the Jimenez, and those are people you do not want to start a war with. Y'all saw how they killed that family
and took the
baby. We still don't know what happened to the baby. So
maybe she's living a good life with the Jimenez. I know. But I said that I tweeted that last week that I would love for Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan to get together and take out Dre. And I'm so glad that they came into fruition.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the three amigos again.
They need to because they know him individually. Like Ghost knows that business side of him. Kanan knows him because he brought him into the loop, and then Tommy was working with him when Ghost wasn't. So I think they each of their individual knowledge of Dre, they need that to take him out.
And it's like if you think about it too, it's kind of like 3 generations almost, because you have Kanan who mentored Ghost, and then you have Ghost who mentored Dre, and so Dre is kind of biting the hand that fed him. I think, listen, I'm telling y'all, next season there's going to be an episode called "Don't Bite the Hand That Feeds You," and that's going to be the episode where Dre dies.
It's like hashtag Courtney on this one. Courtney, you watching, girl? Courtney, you got some ideas, girl. Okay. Listen, I am so here for that, and I am so living for it. And I also am really, really, as much as Tyreek got on my nerves, my last nerve this season,
he needed a bubble.
It was so different to finally see him stand up and say, like, listen, Dre. And Dre like, I did that for you. I ain't done it for you. And he was like, listen, if you don't tell me X, Y, and Z, what I need to know, I'm going to tell my father and I'm going to tell my Uncle Tommy, and I'm going to let them deal with you. How about that? How about that? Catch me outside. Like, he really started to... He became a man. And he became a man. But, and it was just like...
About time.
And the fact that he killed the police officer, I mean, like, that was a huge stepping stone, because this whole season, we saw him get a little bit more involved into that life. Right. Inch by inch by inch, each episode, he did a little bit more. And then it all culminated with him killing a police officer as his first kill. A cop. That's big. That's a huge deal. His first kill as a cop.
Do we recall when we first met Dre? Let's go back to season 4 when we met him.
Baby.
And he had his girl and his daughter, and they were living in the projects in Queens. Yes, they are projects. Okay, so don't let nobody tell you different. They were projects. And now, can we discuss the Dorman building that he was coming out of on this episode?
Wasn't it?
I didn't even think about that.
That is an actual real building. It's in Midtown Manhattan. I can guarantee
that was his place.
That's where he's living, because those are apartments.
I need to run that back.
Run it back.
When did he come
run it? When Ray Ray was standing outside of where he lives now, and Tommy was watching. That was his new apartment building.
Well, he has been taking
front
over
desk concierge and everything. Like, and now you trying to be like.
He has been taking over Truth, so he had all season long to kind of. He's been making a come up, but it was all because of Ghost and Tommy.
It was,
and now I think he's going to probably partner up with the Jimenez. Remember, he did partner with them to take out Tommy. Wasn't that the deal?
He took out basically. I mean, he basically took the organization from Tommy. It's no longer Ghosts because he really wasn't trying to be in that life anymore. But he basically went to the Jimenez and was like, "Look, I can basically give y'all a better deal for your bang for your buck." He got everybody to turn against Tommy, so everybody walked out, but essentially they just switched sides to Dre's side. So now Tommy doesn't have anything, and he went to the Jimenez and was like, "Look, y'all gonna be dealing with me now," and that's what their partnership is for now until you know the dynamic trio takes him out.
I think Dre is going to get, like you said, everything he deserves. I think the team that switched on Tommy for Dre is going to switch right back from Dre to Tommy next season.
But I feel like
100%.
I feel like loyalty. Tommy's going to take all them out. I feel like
y'all
switch sides, y'all not loyal. We'll start from scratch. Like
it might just be a whole war just all around next season.
But see, Tommy may not need to go even get them back because let's not forget, Tommy found his father this season, and on the very last clip, we see Tommy say, "Who wants Italian?" So let's be perfectly honest. Like when you think about New York and you think about like the Italian mafia and everything else, like they have soldiers. Like just how they, you know, they are about it, and the Cristobal's gang and the Jimenez and everything else. You also have to give the Italian mafia that same credit because they are like they stay ready. They stay ready, and considering that Teresi has no other children except for Tommy,
and he has nothing to lose. I mean, he's in jail for life, so the least he can do is help his son.
What you need, son? Yes, he's like, what do you need? And we see that very, very clearly when boy was there for like 2 hours. What's the Spanish guy? Sandoval.
Oh yeah.
Sandoval was there. He didn't even get finished being processed. We're talking hours, and it's like, what you need, son? No problem. So we see that Teresi still from behind bars has the power to do all those things that need to be done. And if Tommy, who is his only son, you know, needs something, he's going to get it.
We're going to have essentially two major armies.
Yes.
Battling it out with Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan on the forefront of one, and then Dre and the Jimenez on the forefront of the other. Because I'm sure they're probably going to pull in a third party. So maybe the people who almost killed Tommy, remember when they brought him to that ditch? Yeah, they might partner up with them. I mean, this is going to be messy. It's going to be messy.
Predictions for season 5. Where would you like to? Where do you see the season going?
I see more of Councilman Tate, and not in a good way, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it's going to be the bad guy.
I do believe that he had an intricate part in why Angela is in the position she's in now in regards to her promotion. So just mark that I said that. Noted. I see Tasha fighting the good fight as a grieving mother and knowing. I think that a lot's going to come out about Ray Ray being a dirty cop. I think that all of that is going to come to the forefront. I would love to see my boy, the other lawyer, come back.
Proctor?
I would love to see
Remember, in Proctor, he still has all that evidence.
He has the laptop. Yeah. He has the laptop. I would love to see Proctor come back. But you know, I like Proctor. He had to do what he had to do. I would have kept it.
I feel like he's going to come back because that's an unsolved mystery. Like he still has this computer. Nobody has investigated
and we don't
his death at all. So I feel like that's definitely going to come up.
And I think Proctor's going to come back and probably save the day because here's what I think. I think Tasha is going to be the one who's in jail next season.
Yes.
For sure, because she's going to take the rap for Tariq. Terry is going to be her lawyer / lover. I think he's going to cross her, do her wrong, and that's when Proctor's going to come back and save the day somehow. I don't know, some way, somehow. Hopefully he does. But yeah, I think Tasha's going to be the one who's in jail this season, and it's going to be Ghost's turn to kind of be the head of the household, just like Tasha was when he was away. And so Ghost is going to have to step up, be the father, and also be at the forefront of this major war that's going to take place. So I think it's going to be a lot happening.
While being an upstanding citizen,
a businessman,
Jason,
and don't forget that Maria is back and she snitched on them. So the cops essentially know that he is really Ghost, and unless Councilman Tate or someone else can kind of put an end to her, then everybody's screwed.
Season 5, I definitely feel like it's so many unanswered questions for this. Definitely the big war is coming. It's different from the Great War of Game of Thrones, but it is a great war, and I think again it's gonna be another big body pile. Like this season 4 had a lot of depths, a lot of significant depths that hurt us all. But I think I would just love for Dre to, I'm sure they're not gonna take him out as early in the season because it has to go through a whole season, but I would love for Dre to get taken out as soon as possible. That's my only hope and wish, because he's been so sneaky and snaky, and he gotta go. But what would be so crazy is if somehow, because in season 4, Angela and Tasha kind of had this understanding moment, like, help me. Like, I know we are on opposite sides, but I need you to help me. Can you check my son's phone? No cops, like, do that sneak stuff that you was doing with Ghost. And I feel like, I don't know, I would like to see these two maybe team up in some sort of way, because even they had this conversation about, like, Tasha, like, she felt like, I know what you're doing, right? Don't do it, like, let the cops handle it. So even when she came to the scene, it was like, run those bullet casings, like, she already knew who it was going to get traced back to. So I don't know if he's going to, like, try to get her hands on that to kind of cover the family. Maybe that's why she was put, like you said, put in that position, because they know the type of stuff that she's been doing essentially to help Ghost and everybody associated with him. And now she's kind of implicated in herself through the stuff that she's done in the past. So I don't know, they might be one big happy family where they might just try to help each other out in season 5.
The underlying tagline was "Who will turn?" From the very beginning, when we, go back up a couple episodes in AandBConvoTV, I've always said Angela is going to become a part of Ghost World. However, she will still keep her position in, like as a AUSA. And I'm trying to tell you, if you guys have paid attention, especially to the previous episode where unfortunately Raina is killed and they're at this gala, her boss, and I forgot the black woman's name, had a little tete-a-tete with Councilman Tate. And then all of a sudden, because I was absolutely positive that Mock was going to get that position. Absolutely positive.
I didn't get the sense
I did, because he was the only one. Like, how can you give it to somebody who's previously in that office, and everybody turned a blind eye to the fact that not only was she sleeping with, at one point she was living with the man that we were investigating being a drug kingpin of New York. Like, come on. There's no way on earth that anybody in that office should have gotten that promotion. They shouldn't have even kept their jobs when you think ethically. So it was like, okay, this is going to be Mock, and Mock is going to come with some more BS, and he going to, keep it going. Next thing you know, Angela Valdez. It's like,
but if you think about it, don't you think she would try her best to clear her name, clear her past? So maybe she might just come after them to save her job?
I don't know. I feel like Angela so... like, she's jeopardized her job so much in the past. And even if she was, like, yelling at Jamie, like, this is my job, I almost lost my job for you. But you still keep doing stuff to help me. So.
Right. That is true. That is true.
Because let's be perfectly honest, she went and told Terry. There was absolutely no reason why she should have told Terry. No reason. Eventually he would have found out. However, by the time he found out, Sandoval would have been in protective custody, and James would have been, and Tommy would have been back in jail. Let's be clear for that. So it's just like, you had to, I feel like you had to arrest him because you found his fingerprints. You had to arrest him. Then you got on the stand. Miss, what you take the stand for? Like, why would you want to stand in the first place? But okay, we let you slide with that. Then we go back to when, Lobos and then the other Spanish guy, she talked to him. She talked him out of snitching on Ghost. It's just been time after time. And the more I think about it, I think Angela she turned. She turned. She turned.
She turned on her own team.
She turned on her own team, like I've said from the beginning.
And Tariq also turned, and during most of the season, he turned on Ghost essentially by working with Kanan. Now, granted, he didn't know who Kanan was, but he knew Kanan was somebody who didn't like his father, and so he essentially turned. But it all came full circle at the end when he saw the same people he turned on were the same people that had his back and cleaned up his mess after he killed Ray Ray. Yep. So it goes to show family is everything. Family is everything.
I think this is the most I've ever heard the youngest child ever speak.
First of all, when did she get so old? Like, wasn't she just a baby?
Like an infant.
She went from an infant to like 5.
I mean, you're probably thinking too much into it.
Okay. But still, I mean, whatever.
Okay,
they do this soap operas all the time. It'll go off on Friday, and then on Monday, somebody will be a preteen.
Yeah.
How many years went by?
Right, that is true.
So but yeah, solid season.
I think it was a solid season. I hope that they continue to stay with Stars. Stars, I hope you do your due diligence and give them the amount of episodes that they actually need to make season 6 a true, like, really juicy, like, give me everything season. I think that if they go to BET, you can expect to lose a lot of viewers. So let's not do that. Just my thing.
Yeah, I agree. This was probably my favorite season. Season 1 and season 4, hands down, my favorite season from Power. However, I want them to go to HBO. So that way it could be Power, Insecure, and Ballers, or whatever that lineup is. And then HBO would just be like the monopoly of premium channels.
Right.
BET, definitely no. Because then you're going to add in commercials. You're going to have to get rid of the nudity. You're going to have to get rid of the cursing. And you're just going to strip Power from everything that we love about it. So I can see them on HBO. HBO, you need to swoop them up before. Don't go to Netflix or something like that. I want you to stay on cable.
Yeah,
stay on cable.
Because we were talking about going to Netflix, and then it would be like crazy.
It would just be so different.
It would be so different. People would like binge the first.
Yeah, and I don't want all these episodes available at once.
Yeah.
I like it being on cable.
No comment.
See, I mean, we do love our binge watching. But that would just be.
It takes away from the suspense of Power, the waiting week after. Now we gotta wait a year. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
30.
What were your takeaways for this season?
I mean, besides my beloved Julio.
I'm
still not over it. Besides
Did you see that hashtag she created?
No, what was
hashtag finance Julio.
I mean, she ain't never lied.
It started off good. It was that little slow period after Ghost got out of jail, which was like the episodes really like washed. But then it picked back up, and it was a solid effort, solid season. Good job, stars. Good job, writers. And we'll see what happens next season.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, definitely.
We would love to know what you guys' favorite moments were from season 4 of Power. Be sure to hit us up on social media at AandBConvoTV. That is on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Comment in the comments below. And Aunyéa, anything? You plug your channel?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can find me everywhere at AandBConvoTV Lachelle. I am also a YouTuber just like my homegirls over here, so feel free to check out my channel, giving funny commentary on the latest entertainment news and celebrity gossip.
All right, well, we'll see you guys again later this week for a regular episode of AandBConvoTV, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, and American Horror Story, let's not forget.
Yeah.
AHS.
My favorite.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.